Hey there, and welcome back. Today, we're going to get super practical and dive into the essential English you need for two things we all do: ordering food and buying groceries. Let's get right to it. So, here's what's on the menu for today. We'll start by learning how to dine out like a pro. Then, we're going to tackle the supermarket. After that, we'll make a quick stop in the kitchen. And finally, we'll get you all set for your next delicious adventure.
I just love this image, don't you? It really gets you in the mood. It's all about feeling confident and ready for anything, anywhere in the world. So yeah, let's jump in.
All right, our first stop is the restaurant. We're literally going to walk through the entire experience from the moment you decide to go out to eat right up to when you pay the bill. I want to make sure you have the right words for every single step.
We've broken it all down into 4 key stages. First, booking your table. Second, ordering your meal, which is what we'll focus on. Third, how to handle any little problems that might pop up. And finally, how to pay the bill. Simple as that.
Okay, first things first, the starter. You might also hear this called an appetizer. It's that small dish that kicks off your meal. Think a light soup or a fresh salad. It's really just there to, get your appetite going for what's next. And what's next is the main course. Now, this is the star of the show. It's the biggest, most important part of your meal. We're talking about the steak, the pasta, the fish. Pretty much the whole meal is built around this one dish.
And of course, you can't forget the grand finale, dessert. Whether you're a cheesecake person, an ice cream lover, or just want some food, this is that sweet treat that perfectly wraps up the whole experience.
So, let's put this into action. Imagine you're sitting at your table, menu in hand. The waiter comes over. A super common question you'll hear is exactly this: what would you like to start with?
And here is a perfect, totally natural way to answer. You can order your starter and politely ask for a little more time to decide on the main. Just say something like, "I would like a salad to start, please. Could you give us a few more minutes for the main course?" It's clear, it's polite, it works every time.
Now let's be real. Things don't always go perfectly. So, if they bring you the wrong dish, or you have an allergy you need to ask about, or you spot a little mistake on the bill, these phrases are your best friend. They're polite, but they get straight to the point. Once you've enjoyed that amazing meal, it's time to settle up. You'll ask for the bill, or in the US, you'll often hear check. They mean the same thing. And then, depending on where you are, you might leave a tip. That's a little extra money to say thanks for great service. All right, we've successfully navigated the restaurant. Now, let's switch gears. We're leaving the restaurant behind and heading to where all that great food comes from in the first place, the supermarket.
I mean, dining out is great, but what about when you want to cook for yourself? Well, before you can do that, you've got to buy the ingredients, and that means it's time for a trip to the grocery store.
Supermarkets can seem massive, right? But they're usually organized into different sections or aisles. For instance, you'll find your fruits and veggies in the produce section, milk and cheese and dairy, and fresh bread in the bakery. Knowing these names is a huge time saver. Okay, this one is super important and can save you a lot of confusion. If something is out of stock, that just means they're out of it right now, but they'll get more. But if they say they don't carry an item, that means they never sell it, and you'll have to go to another store. Big difference. As you're walking around, you'll see food in all sorts of different packaging. It's really helpful to know these words. A can of soup, a jar of jam, a box of cereal, a carton of milk, or a loaf of bread. It just makes it easier if you have to ask someone for help. So you've successfully bought your groceries, you're back home. Now for the fun part. To turn all those ingredients into a delicious meal, you're going to need the right tools. So let's do a quick tour of some essential kitchen utensils. Let's do a quick fire round of your kitchen toolkit. You've got a pot for boiling and a pan for frying. A whisk is for mixing things up, and a spatula is for flipping. You use a ladle to serve soup. Of course, you need a cutting board and a good knife. A grater is for cheese, a colander is for draining pasta, and a rolling pin is for rolling things out. That's pretty much your basic setup. Phew, we have covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? From the restaurant to the supermarket to your own kitchen. Let's just quickly wrap up with the biggest takeaways. So, what's the bottom line here? Is that with these key words and phrases we've gone over, you are now so much more prepared to handle all kinds of everyday food situations in English. You've got this. And I'll leave you with a little something to chew on, a fun question to debate with your friends. Do you think expensive restaurants always serve better food? It's an interesting one, right? Let that one simmer. See you next time.